Howdy! Welcome to Aspire Mountain Academy. I'm Professor Curtis, your instructor for this course in Introductory Statistics. In less than 10 minutes, this video provides some extra practice for distinguishing between parameters and statistics. Remember, you need to participate and actually give a response when I pause in the video if you want to maximize your learning. Now, if you've already participated in the previous mini lecture, you should have a feel for how these example problems work. If you haven't viewed the previous video, or you just want a review, go ahead and check that out before continuing on here. Don't worry, I'll be right here when you get back. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. In a study of American Airlines flights from JFK to LAX, 48 flights are randomly selected to compute the average arrival time, which is 8.9 minutes late. Parameter or statistic? I'll give you a few seconds. Well, if you said statistic, then you win the prize. I'm not sure what that is, apart from a fuzzy wuzzy inside that comes with knowing you got the right answer. But I am sure that the population of flights between New York and Los Angeles is a lot bigger than 48. That means we have a portion of the whole, and that means we have a sample, and that means we must have a statistic. Here's the next example. A recent California health interview survey included 2,799 adolescent residents of California. Well, again, we have a statistic. There's a lot more than 2,799 people living in California, although if the exodus of people outside that state continues long enough, you might see less than that there. But for now, there's lots more than 2,799, so we have a sample, which means this figure is a statistic. Here's the next example. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the total number of housing units in the United States is 132,802,859. Is this an example of a parameter or statistic? I'll give you a moment. Now, here's another example of a freebie. The total number. That means we've got everything. We've got it all. And when you have it all, you have a population, which we describe with parameters. Next up, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire was a deadly disaster that killed all 146 garment workers in the factory. Parameter or statistic? Well, again, you had a clue to help you. All 146 garment workers means everyone. So this is a population, which we describe with parameters. And hey, if you don't know anything about the Triangle Factory fire, you should look into it. This was a defining moment in the history of labor in the United States. In 1911, a fire broke out in a New York City building where shirts were being made. To prevent workers from leaving work early, many of the doors on each floor were locked. Of course, when the building caught fire, people couldn't get out the doors. You saw the same thing here that you saw during 9/11. Some people were so frantic to get out that they jumped from windows and fell to their deaths. Those who remained inside the burning building were killed by the fire. As a result, laws requiring safe egress for all workers were passed. Speaking of 9/11, here's the next example. The study was conducted of all 2,996 people killed during 9/11. Parameter or statistic? Well, I hope you said parameter because that's what this is. Again, you get a freebie. All 2,996 people. This is a population, which makes this data value a parameter. I know the younger generation can't remember a world before 9/11, but I do. I'll never forget where I was when I first learned about the attack. I was in grad school, and I'd showed up early in the lab that morning. My major professor called down to see if anyone was there. I was there, so I picked up the phone and learned of the attacks. I'll never forget that my major professor didn't mention anything about the people in New York. His only comment was that this was a sad day for the aviation industry. I didn't realize how short-sighted that comment was until later in the day when I saw TV coverage of the event. That's a day I'll never forget. Here's our next example. In a study of 400 babies born at 4 different hospitals in New York State, the average weight of a baby at birth was found to be 3,152.0 grams. Parameter or statistic? Okay, I hope you said sample. Again, don't look at what's being calculated. The average baby weight is just extra info that will throw you off track. Look at the numbers feeding the calculation. We have baby weights, but there's only 400 of them, and they're from only 4 hospitals in New York State. There are both tons more babies and hospitals in New York State, so we have a sample here, and that means our data values are statistics. Okay, here's our next example. In the same study cited above, 51% of the babies were girls. Parameter or statistic? Well, 51% is a portion of the whole, so we have a sample and hence a statistic. Next up, the total volume of blood extracted from all 121 subjects during a particular medical study is 1,676.3 cubic centimeters. Parameter or statistic? Well, this one's another freebie because of the clue, all 121 subjects. This is a population, and so the data value is a parameter. Last one. In a Harris Interactive survey of 2,276 adults in the United States, it was found that 33% of those surveyed never travel using commercial airlines. Parameter or statistic? You make the call. Well, I hope you got this last one right. Here we have a statistic because we're taking a survey. Surveys are conducted with samples. Had we polled the whole population, we would have conducted a census. But this is a survey, which makes our data set a sample described with statistics. And that brings us to the end of this mini lecture. I hope you found it helpful. If you'd like some practice with distinguishing between different types of data, the next mini lecture contains an activity devoted to that topic. And as always, you can find more mini lectures for this and other courses at AspireMountainAcademy.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.